Oh,
Oh,
that was me. Let a brother in.
How's it going, ladies and gents? Here we are back at it again. First official day back from All-Star break with the NBA games. We got a couple good ones, and I know we're excited about that. Rolling strong, too, with the NBA player props this morning. We got you guys as we're going to keep firing away as we get closer and closer to the playoffs, getting all the fixings you guys need. It's the BCS After Hours edition. The fellas are in the house, guys. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and X. Tune into all those socials. Again, free plays given out every day, as well as Sach has been on a little hockey kick too. So we're getting some of those in for you guys as well. But here we go. We got North Glenn's finest. We got the Sach man in the building. Sach, how are we feeling?
feeling good. I mean, it felt like Christmas morning today when we were doing the YouTube show, and it's just good to have NBA back. Just good to have NBA back and hit that first one. Like you said, me and you, we're 2-0 so far tonight, so almost 3. We can go 5-0 hopefully, but nothing's just good to be back. Good to have some NBA action. I was fiending for it. I had to dip into a little hockey to get the fix in. Not anything big. I was just kind of testing like what plays that I would bet and just kind of do like just little bets here and there just to see. But no, NHL is really pretty interesting. I was just going off of Outlier and just seeing matchups, and it kind of did the work for me because obviously I don't know anyone on any hockey team really besides the Avs. But no, I've been pretty good. I think I went like 4-2 when I was dipping into them, but maybe in the future I start looking at it a little bit more. But I mean, with today's NBA slate, I just stuck with NBA. So good to be back. Good to see you boys, and looking forward to this show.
Absolutely, Sach man. Good to have you here. And of course, ladies and gents, we got the money man himself, Big E, in the building. E, how are we feeling?
Man, outstanding. Glad to be back. And, man, just working with you two professionals. It's money in the pocket with that money show every day lately. You guys are cashing it in. So proud to be working alongside you guys. Let's keep it going. And there's more coming tonight with 2-0 with a possible 5-0 evening. So, yeah, keep that shit going.
Happy to have you here, E, the money man himself. Guys, we got some good stuff for you, some good stories rolling. And, of course, tonight is trivia night. Again, as you can see, Wit out. Looks like on a little half assignment tonight. I don't know. We'll find out later. We'll find out later on in the show what happens. You never know. But we are off and rolling, guys. Got some stuff for you tonight. And of course, I was gonna say we might now these shows are rolling with some of these late night games while we're on air. We could try to see, obviously maybe not tonight, but maybe for the next show, we could try to see if we could do some live bets on air and everything, maybe like half times, whatnot. But just something going forward. We could try one out tonight, but we'll keep it rolling. Of course, guys, All-Star break ended. First official games back tonight. What have you seen today so far? I know we got a couple more games later tonight that I'm looking forward to and everything, but how you guys feeling tonight with the matchups we've kind of seen so far?
I mean, shoot, we've seen a couple good ones. I mean, everything's pretty much gone to script. The Orlando Magic finally upset the Cavs, who have been rolling. The Pacers, took care of business over there in Detroit. Denver's taking care of business. It looks like OKC is going to probably be the biggest upset so far. But, yeah, I didn't really view it as like when I was looking at the slate, I was like, guys are going to come out cold. I mean, it really was only like a week-long break. So, I expect everyone to obviously go out there and, play hard and, try to get to their spots that they need to be in. Nothing, just a good night. I'm just happy that there's games on. That's pretty much it, and kind of just enjoying it. So I got to look at the scores here in a little bit again, but no, pretty much nothing out of the ordinary so far.
Yeah, I'd say, of course, from my angle, Knicks went into Philly, underdog, took it outright. Still need OG back though, of course, Randall, Hartenstein, but it was a good start. I know Philly's struggling. The Cleveland loss, I think they're probably the biggest one impacted, right, by momentum. They were on a roll. They were they're probably one of the hottest teams, and it's only one loss, but man, you had to pause, you had to index for a week, and it seems like they lost a little bit of that steam. And then Oklahoma City, I mean, you got the Clippers in your house, but I mean they just didn't win. They put the boots on those guys, and they're making their mark known as well. Hey, we're here to finish this. So those are good. We still have the Laker Warrior game. That's going to be interesting. I know LeBron's out, but let's see what goes on with that. And of course, I got a little side bet on Wemby blocks and steals, so I'll be kind of peeking at that Spurs Kings game. But that's kind of the first week or first night back. That's what I'm looking at, and that's kind of what I've seen.
Absolutely, guys. You kind of think coming out of the All-Star break, some teams might be a little sluggish, right? Had some time off, but then you see the teams that are kind of really rocking, got that good rest in, ready to go. And we've kind of said it before. The one I was really into, of course, I think it's just about wrapping up, but it's that OKC Clipper game. Like we've talked about in the previous show, I mean, OKC is not a team to be messed with, and they're starting to show that. They are young still right now, but I mean, if they keep playing like this, they're going to be very scared come playoff time with this team they have right now. And we've kind of talked, they're still young. We'll see how they do in the playoffs, because they haven't made that big playoff run. But I mean, right now, these guys are hooping. And, and you see the whole team as a collect and everything. I mean, they are all in it together, which is really cool. So kind of interesting there on that OKC side of things. Clippers were off and rolling too, but kind of what he just said, OKC just put it to him. So interesting.
Yeah, I mean, this Warriors-Lakers game, because the Warriors were on, like what E was saying, with momentum. I mean, the Warriors had some pretty damn good momentum, obviously, besides the last game that they or one of the last two games that they played. I think we were on like a 7-1 run. So you can take it two ways. You can either start the momentum now or the momentum's going to die. So, I mean, this week is going to, have a lot of impact on these guys going forward. So the Cavs, they were rolling, but they just got shot down, like he said, just taking a week off, pausing that. So as a Warriors fan, this is a huge game in terms of, how we're going to look going forward, especially against the Lakers. Even without LeBron, I mean, still a solid Laker team.
100% such, man. Of course, to all the live viewers and listeners out there, we're 2-1 right now so far on the NBA player props going through today. Still got 2 plays left. Of course, we got the Jokic triple-double still going. He's assisting in this game. And then, of course, we have Klay Thompson and that Warriors-Lakers game Sach is talking about. We're taking the over 15.5 points tonight, which we really like. So be sure to tune in every Monday through Friday morning, guys, 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We get all those NBA player props out to you guys. The early line, I want to get the best look and everything. If you can't make it that morning, just tune into the YouTube channel. That video will be posted for each day. But we are off and rolling. Had a sick, we ended it very well. 3-3-1 nights, and now we're going back into it just as strong. So tune into those shows, and we are off and rolling today,
Did
guys.
you say we're 2-1?
We're 2-1 right now, right?
No, we're 2-0.
Well, the Trey man. Oh, he's still playing. Gosh,
Yeah, he's still playing. You keep thinking it's the wrong dude.
I keep thinking of Terrence, man. I keep thinking of Terrence. So sorry, guys. We're 2-0 right now with a chance to go 5-0. 3 plays left, still going in. The Jokic plays looking really good right now. So yeah, like Sach said, just off and rolling. I'm happy to get these out to you guys as well. We love to do. Of course, Big E. You got to tune into the socials to see some of Big E's plays. I mean, E is not a guy to be messed with as well. He gets out some absolute heater plays to you guys each day. So just off and rolling as a collect, we were kind of talking a little earlier. I know most sites and whatnot, a lot of people are charging you for plays and everything. We know how that is, but might as well tune into the channel here. We're giving you all the stats you guys need, using Outlier, using brains, putting our heads together and everything to get those plays out to you each and every morning. And of course, we're here and off and rolling. You guys got anything to add to that?
That's it. Yeah, I would just say, one, we're on a pretty good streak. And the record is, right, it's documented. We're not out here making some shit up. It's documented. Go back, watch the tapes, watch the shows. But, Jones is saying that they're free picks. Get in on it. And, hey, instead of paying, give us a follow. Give us a like. Give us a follow. And that's kind of the payment for it. I'll give you one more thing, though, from tonight, Jones. Phoenix took another loss. Dallas gave Phoenix another loss. We don't have, the end because of the playing game. The All-Star game was pushed back, so it's not a halfway point. We're less than halfway to the end, and we're getting to where these wins matter, especially against those teams out west. But Luka came up 41 points. yeah, I think Phoenix is in trouble. I mean, they have been all year. They can't get their three out there, and time is getting short. But that's another game tonight that I'll comment on for you.
No, absolutely, and that's another team we've talked about in the Western Conference. Right, they're kind of in the hopes. I don't really know what their goal is. Obviously, it's really win or go home for them as well. We kind of put with the Boston Celtics, right? It's win or some things are going to change next year. I'm kind of feeling the same way with the Suns. I mean, you've been already so far in the playoffs, but they're just another team who is just cannot figure it out, and it's really surprising, especially when they have KD, Booker together. And I know Bradley Beal joined the team this year and everything, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there's the right gel going on there or whatnot. But when you have that much talent on that team, some questions definitely need to be answered. What do you think about that, Sach?
No, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of questions obviously up in the air with everything that's going on. The Celtics got, a lot to prove coming up this playoffs. And I mean, this playoff race in the West is going to be insane. The last month of this season is going to be insane. Every little game is going to matter. Everyone's going to be going balls to the wall. And, I mean, the cards are just going to fall where they may. There's going to be a couple teams at the top that do not want to play some of those lower half teams because when you look at seeding, it really kind of doesn't matter, especially when it comes to experience, like the Miami Heat last year. Those dudes have been to the finals before. Even though they're an 8th seed, there were nothing to be messed with, especially with how Jimmy Butler is in the playoffs. Bam Adebayo elevates his game. Tyler Hero elevates his game. So everyone, if you're a team with experience, that's not a team you want to play, especially with a lot of those young cats up in the West with the Timberwolves, the Thunder. Those dudes are going to have their work cut out for them no matter what because they're going to be playing an experienced team with veterans that have done it before. So, I mean, it's going to be crazy. That's my prediction. This is probably one of the craziest playoff pictures and most interesting ones, especially because as NBA fans, we're not used to seeing the Timberwolves and the Thunder at 1 and 2. And especially over there in the East, you've got the Cavs up there who haven't really been a top 2-3 team since LeBron left. So it's gonna be interesting, and you're gonna see who really got it in the playoffs and who don't.
Yeah, and the scary thing is, or it's not scary, right? But the scary thing would be, you guys heard it before in sports where they say they're too young to know to lose. That's where I think the Thunder are at. Like they should. There's levels to it. You heard me say this before here, but they may be that team that's just too young to know they're supposed to be losing and go out there and ball out. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for the playoffs to start. I mean, we gotta get through the season, enjoy that. I don't want to rush it going, but man, the playoffs this year, and I know a lot of folks are saying, hey, the East is a wrap. It's Boston, New York, but let's. Sauce is saying, let's see what happens once the season starts and they throw the ball in the air. Miami just historically comes out. That's just their way, right? and there's some other teams there. Let's see. Let's get it going. I can't wait. And I love the idea of maybe even doing a little, we can comment live on some of these games, maybe do some live betting as they're going on once the playoffs kick in.
100%, guys. Yeah, it's crazy to think, right? Most people think kind of all-star breaks ending. You might be towards the halfway part of the season. We're not even at that point anymore. We're 3/4 of the way through pretty much. So a couple more games good amount of games to be played, but I think it's around like 27. I know that's how many games the Nuggets have left. So not a lot of more ball to be played. So we're going to see, but this is the most exciting part of the year right here. And like we've talked before, this is really where you find your rotation for each of these teams, who you can rely on in these playoffs. Not a lot of guys are going to be playing here. You're going to see probably around a 7, 8, maybe 9-man roster here come playoff time. But we're excited for it, guys. Off and rolling. This is the BCS After Hours edition, guys. Right now, 2-0 going into the night for the chance of 5-0 on NBA playoffs. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and X as well. And we got the fellas in here, Sach, Big E, and let's toss out some of the stories going around in the sports world. Charlie Woods hitting an 86, trying to qualify for that PGA. Do we think we will see Charlie Woods in a soon PGA? Thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know technically about soon, but
he's still a solid off school. I think it was.
Yeah. I mean, the kid's still young, and I've been following him for a while ever since I kind of started golfing, and even a little bit before. But for the record, I have shot better than an 86, so that's good to hear. But I mean, Charlie Woods, Tiger always praises him obviously because he's a son, but there's a lot of golfers out there that have talked about him that he's his dad's Tiger Woods at the end of the day. He's going to have all the mental toughness. He's going to have the form, the perks, everything at his disposal. And I mean, he's been playing good. He's been playing, even running a lot of these like junior tournaments. So, I mean, it's cool to see a young guy like that. There's a lot of, grown men out there that hate on him. So, I mean, it's sad to see, grown men actually hating on like a 15-year-old, especially like on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. I see it all, and I'm just like, no, I mean, I'm rooting for the kid. I mean, what a better story for PGA, especially with their reputation that's been going around for a while of them not doing the right thing, them throwing out Rory McIlroy and, out to the fire about LIV, and then they pull back and they sign a deal with LIV. So PGA has not looked good as a brand for the last year or so. And I think they need like a big story like Charlie Woods to come up in this next, this next decade. That'll be perfect for him. And I mean, I'm gonna keep following his career closely, and good for him. He's on his way.
Yeah, I'd say first of all, congrats for shooting better than the 86. I don't think I've ever done that. So congrats. But you figure a 15-year-old, he's competing. So good. He's competing against grown-ass men trying to get into this tournament, a qualifier, at 15. Hats off to the kid. He's 15. When he's 21, he's probably going to be a beast. It already cemented in the PGA. So, yeah, really cool to follow it as it's going. There are haters on him. Why? Why would you hate a kid? I know because his dad and they feel but it still takes a lot, right? A lot of talent, and you were saying a lot of concentration, mind, all that. Man, I don't know. I'm happy for the guy. Get out there, and now that he's done it, he's played against, he's been in junior tournaments, this and that. But this was his first PGA qualifier. He's going to do better next time around. Now that he tasted it, he's going to know what to work on. He's got dad there to help him. Hey, this is what you need to be doing. Whatever game was short on him, he could work with. But I did want to give you a little late breaking news. The boys are 3-0. Joker got his triple double in the third.
3-0 player props, guys.
3-0 for the
NBA
boys.
player props.
Just a sprinkle.
Just a sprinkle
on the joke man, and So good deal. Little breaking news for you.
Heck yeah, appreciate it always. Yeah, I see we got some new live listeners that just joined into the tube, into the live video. So guys, NBA player props 3-0 so far on the night with the chance to go 5-0. We're tossing out free plays every day. So all those viewers and listeners out there, give a like, give us a follow. We're tossing out plays to you guys each and every day. All things sports, you can get it here. Back into the action with the whole Charlie Woods thing. Both of your guys' points to start off with these. It's really amazing at the age right now what he's doing, and even just to be considered for a qualification spot at the PGA, I think is just amazing. Obviously, he's Tiger Woods' son and all that, but I mean, he's playing really good. You could tell he's got the game, and he's only going to get better if he keeps continuing to play how he's doing right now. And then to kind of going to what Sach is saying too, when LIV came into the golf scene, they really just took everyone by storm. They were paying all these golfers large sums of money. And on the PGA side, they didn't really like that and completely like blacklisted almost all these LIV guys. And now everyone's kind of coming into agreements, but PGA is kind of falling short. So, yeah, I mean, a story like this, they kind of need to get going with some things. And a story like Charlie Woods would definitely help them with everything, So we'll kind of see what happens, but truly amazing things to come for the young lad. I could definitely see. I mean, he has the greatest golfer in the world. He's going to find him all the practice, trainers type of things he needs to do to succeed, right? So we're going to see it happen, and the name's just going to follow with him. That's just how it's going to be, right? So,
yeah. And I mean, I hope he's not on the diet like his dad is on right now, because Tiger got he withdrew from the last tournament. His own tournament, he withdrew because he wasn't feeling good. So, hopefully he stays away from that. And a little tidbit, I guess, for the people that like to bet on golf is just stay away from Tiger completely. That's always I know so many people that were putting money on Tiger. He's always one swing away from tweaking that back and just leaving you in the dust. He's done. So, I mean, that's just my little thing that I would throw in there. As much as I wanted to bet on him, I just stood away and things were looking good. And then he just leaves. And I know a lot of people got banged on that one pretty hard. So that's just my info. But I mean, yeah, no, Charlie was going to be a beast. And he has like that Tiger charisma every time I watch his videos and his press conferences and stuff. He has like that young Tiger charisma where he's confident but not cocky. And I really like that about him. And people got to understand too that he's playing from the same tees that a lot of these other pros were playing from to shoot that 86. And for a young kid that's 15, he's not even in his grown man body yet. He don't have the distance, the power. So it's going to be scary, I think, for a lot of those guys. And then you got John Daly's son too that a lot of people don't know about. His son's pretty damn good. I know he's going to college at Arkansas, I believe. But there's a lot of young faces of these PGA Tour pros and major winners where their sons are really coming into the game right now. So I think we might be set up for a good next 2 decades of some golf.
100%. And yeah, to what Sach is saying, definitely I know Sach loves getting some golf action in there, but like he's saying with the whole Tiger Woods thing, obviously one of the best golfers we've ever seen, if not the greatest. But right now you gotta focus on these young guys coming in, especially going into all these tournaments and everything. Focus on the guys that want, that are really shooting that win, and it's kind of their window right now. I know Sach and myself, we like to look at the John Rahms, the Wyndham Clarks, the Bryson DeChambeau, all those guys.
Wow, look at his age.
Well, those are the guys right now's their window and everything. So those are the ones you got to look out for. Who's what right now? Who's ranked?
Well, John Rahm is over at Live. In case some people didn't know, he signed with Live a month and a half, 2 months ago.
And that's a whole other.
Another bad thing on the PGA. These dudes are winning majors and they're leaving. John Rahm was the second best player in the world, and he left. And everyone that's going to start winning a major, a lot of these young guys, as soon as they win that major and get that, if they're young and they get that exposure, they're going to go over and get the bag from Live. So that's what I'm saying. I think PGA and Live need to do something better because they did sign an agreement to merge, but a lot of those guys aren't even in these PGA Tour tournaments. So I don't even know what the agreement really meant. I don't understand it.
It's one of the things, and I know we're kind of on this topic, but the whole Live and PGA thing, and Sach, me and you have talked about it, and just with E, it's like you're getting paid a lump sum of money, and then the PGA isn't really paying you that much. You still get to golf, do all this. A guy on the PGA side of things took it as, it's a disrespect to the game. We're going to stay over with PGA. But I believe the smart guys, forget that. I'm going to still golf, but I'm going to get a little bag, a huge bag. We're talking a huge lump sum. Why wouldn't you go over there when all that money, is being given out and everything? And tournaments are just as big and whatnot. So that we'll see what happens with the PGA Live thing. But huge controversy right now in the golf world. But we'll keep it rolling with that fun stuff there with golf, guys. We got trivia coming up a little later with the fellas. Again, Witt out tonight. I think he flat tire or something. No one knows. We'll check in on him a little later, get a live update. But we are off and rolling, guys. The BCS After Hours. Another story going around in the sports world. Coach Rick Pitino. A lot of news coming out on him. He was kind of bashing a lot of things over with St. John's. I'm glad he kind of threw this in the text line earlier because I was hearing a lot about this. And it was like he was pretty much, these guys just aren't playing with any effort, but literally saying this out loud to the public and whatnot. And it was pretty bizarre. Fellas, take on this one.
I'll tell you, and I like Rick, right? Rick's been in the game. He's 71. Rick's been around forever. And I've known him from way back in Providence in the old Big East. I think, he did. He fucked this up. You're the coach, you're the leader. The interesting story to it is that this is his first year. He came into St. John's and he cleaned house. He cleaned house and brought in all these transfer students that what he was saying in that press conference, his assistant coaches picked, not him. And now they are on the bubble. They had a game against Seton Hall this weekend. Both of them are bubble teams. They were up 12 and they wind up losing. So he just vented during that press conference, but just kept digging, saying his guys aren't athletic. They can't move laterally. The assistant coaches don't know how to scout. There's this, there's that. He came back today, and apologized and did some things. But, when you're the leader, you have to eat that. This is your team, right? Now, you could say that. You could say you guys both play ball. You could say that shit in the locker room to the team. But, the team's looking for you for guidance. The team's looking for you for direction. You are the head coach. Everything rises or falls on the coach, especially in high school and collegiate. And so you're going to go out there and do that. That was a big misstep. Yeah, that was, and I think that's why it was such big news, because it's a two-time national champion coach that's out here. What are you doing, man? While at Louisville, I don't know if it was ever substantiated or not, he left, but there was the rumor that he had an affair with a cheerleader. He was out the game for the longest. Iona gives him a break and has him come back, and he was coaching at Iona, and then St. John's last year brought him in. Oh, and then he talked about the facilities at St. John's, just everything, He vented out, but I think it was we all had those days, right? If we could change it, we would. He would have said different, I think. Yeah, what do you think, Sauce?
I think, honestly, when he left Louisville, he went and coached overseas, I think, right?
I don't know if he went overseas. I know he left there with a little under little shade, and that's why he wound up going to Iona. Like, Iona is never going to get a NCAA champion coach, especially a guy of that creed. He had to come back in and kind of work his way back. He may have went to overseas. I don't know that piece. I just know the NCAA record of it, where he was.
Okay, yeah. I think he went over and coached for a little bit, but Rick Pitino, like you said, he's 71 years old. He's just the old school coach, and sometimes those old coaches kind of show their age with blaming everyone but themselves. So, it was definitely a bad look. And as a player in the locker room, these guys are still like kids. I know people hate calling them kids, but they're still like young kids. A lot of them grew up without, a figure that believed in them. And that, like you said, if it's not in the locker room and it's publicly, that's a different type of shot at someone. If you do it in front of people, that's extremely different. And especially if me and ZJ played ball, I would definitely feel like, to a national stage, when you have a head coach of that caliber and he goes out and talks about you like that, you're gonna have some resentment towards him for the rest of the year. And I don't know the relationship with his players, but definitely you kind of look at him like with a little side eye going forward. So not a good look, and especially with how they're playing right now, they're not playing good. They're not obviously on the same page as a unit, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that comes tournament time, if they make the tournament. And yeah, just I don't really know what to say after that.
I forgot.
Sportscadia doesn't.
Good.
Sportscadia doesn't show an overseas coaching assignment, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I could reference that, look it up later. But go ahead, ZJ.
I forgot he said that. He was like, yeah, he can't move laterally. He can't move laterally. He was saying all that stuff, and it's one of those things. Exactly all of that is fine to say. That's in house. That's what you talk to with the players behind closed doors. How you want to talk to your team, your coaching style, whatever you can do that behind closed doors, right? How you're trying to get your message across. Now putting that out into the media makes your team feel a certain way, right? They're probably a little down here in that. And it also puts a spotlight on you as a coach, as your organization, and really the school in general, right? That got blasted out to all of the media. Now the world knows and everything. And probably turning some heads now in that locker room. Guys probably like, wow, this is what this guy's going to do. Is this the coach I really want to play for? But like you guys said, I mean, he's been around for so long, national champ. To go from Louisville to St. John's, at the age he's at, probably a lot of frustration going on there with everything. But again, there's just certain things you handle in-house and not out to the media. Kind of a little bit of a similar story while we're on this topic. I don't know if you heard this one. Antonio Pierce, new coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, kind of had a little similar thing happen within these past couple days. He kind of put the spotlight on his team, kind of with this whole Rick Pitino thing. But he was saying now, they were kind of asking him, how do you move forward? How are you guys going to explain the City Chiefs, knowing who they are? And Antonio Pierce came out to the media, and he was pretty much like, yeah, you know how Troy, the Jordan rules, we have the Mahomes rules now. We're going to let the quarterback know we're there. We're in the facility, right? Give him a couple bags, which another thing I think is great. But that's something you talk about, get your team riled up in-house, because now they toss onto the media, what is the NFL going to start looking at? What are refs going to start noticing now? They kind of put that spotlight on them now walking into these games, which I love it. I agree, right? Let's get some motion on the quarterback. Let them know you're there. But now you just put the whole spotlight, whole league, and they're going to know what to be looking for when you guys play the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, refs are still.
What's funny too?
No, go ahead.
I'll say what's funny too. It doesn't have to be Antonio Pierce. It's the freaking Raiders. They man, and I like the Raiders, but they still think it's 1970. They still think they can go out there, punch people in the mouth, and they're just going to win with the long ball and Al Davis and all that stuff. It's like interchange those coaches. They all say the same shit, and it's we're going to do these things. It's like the league doesn't play like that anymore. We don't close line. We don't do these things. To your point specifically, ZJ, yeah, why would you tell the media that? That's going to be talked about all week before the game, probably by Andy Reid to the officials right before kickoff. And you're probably going to get some extra flags that you didn't need to have. And you already lead the league in penalties, again, for the 48th year in a row or whatever it's going to be. And, they're going to be the same old Raiders, I mean, I like the idea and I like the pump, but you keep that with your boys in the house, in the locker room, right? Hey, we got something for Patrick, but it's not our place to share. But it's going to be a different Raider team this year. All right, cool.
Yeah. I think it's pretty much just the Antonio Pierce's first young rookie mistake coach moment. I mean, he's a younger dude, so he's probably just saying what was on his mind, but sometimes you just can't say stuff like that, especially with how the NFL is, the other team is. And like you said, Andy Reid's going to be like, go up there and watch for every little dirty, unnecessary thing about what, and he's going to remind the refs, about what he said. That's how coaches are. But
and the NFL is probably
the
NFL in general is probably going to now put a spotlight on this, and the refs are going to know kind of what's going on into that game. But it's just like it doesn't really help your team out now that you put a spotlight on it, right? And let's think if someone gets injured over there, let's say Mahomes might get a little injury or just anyone over there. Now how is that going to look, knowing that he came out saying those things, knowing that he didn't have the intention to say it that way, but that's exactly what the narrative is going to be if there's some injuries over on that Kansas City, sideline for that game.
Yeah, and refs are still humans. They still have emotions. They still hold resentment and grudges towards people. Just like how players have that same, they said this that one time. Don't think for 1 second that refs do not remember what someone said. They're still humans. They still have emotion. You're going to get maybe that ticky-tack call that could have gone your way. It's not going to get thrown because of what you said. Just look at Chris Paul and Scott Foster for a great example. That has been going on for over a decade almost. And Chris Paul didn't win a game. Him going out and saying this stuff publicly about Scott Foster, that's not a coincidence that all this, him losing every time he refs, that's not a coincidence. Especially when you're with a whole Scott Foster's the head crew chief member of that game, all those dudes are going to pick his side. They know Chris Paul's an asshole, and you're not going to get those calls. So it's going to be interesting to see how the refs kind of, flag the Raiders against the Chiefs there for their 2 matchups this year.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to bring up that Chris Paul example. Great example of it.
Perfect example. Crazy example, too.
Yeah, they're thrown out in the first quarter.
Calling him a bitch and everything. Well, they said that it was an incident years ago, and obviously he was in LA, and that Scott Foster said something to Chris Paul's son, who was like under 5 years old at that time, that in the parking garage he said something to his son, like while he was moving his car, something weird. And Chris Paul has held a grudge towards him, and it's been vice versa, back and forth battle for 10 years. So that's an interesting one. I want to hear that story when Chris Paul retires, because I guarantee he'll let it rip when he retires about what really happened.
And that, we talked about Pitino leadership. This whole incident there between those two, that's David Silver, man. That's leadership. You get those two together and you say, hey, we're not doing this shit no more. It's hurting the game. It's hurting the fans. Get over it. Let's go, right? Silver controls the refs on that end. Player association can handle the other side. But Chris, you stop, calling the man a bitch on the court. Scott, the shit's behind us. Let's go. You pay money for these games, right? And I want to see Chris Paul play, and he's thrown out. Or you just don't – your crew doesn't go to his game. That's it. But you can't have – this never should even made it like a whole season, let alone 10 years. It's ridiculous without the league stepping in. But it is what it is. So, yeah.
Yeah.
100%, fellas. Real quick, again, we are 3-0 right now, going into the nightcap of these NBA games, NBA player props. We give that to you guys each and every day. Looks like Warriors are on their way. End of the first quarter, Warriors lead 31-28 against the Los Angeles Lakers. Steph's going off right now. Already has 16 points in the first quarter. That's good to see. You got an update on Trey Man's side?
Now we're on Trey Man watch. He's at 11 points, so he just needs one more bucket. Over 12 and a half. One more bucket for a nice little 4-0 start.
And second quarter, you guys know my Wemby play. Second quarter, Wemby got 3 blocks and steals. Just trying to wrap it up. I need to hit 5, and we're in again.
At the end of the first quarter?
That's a constant.
Second.
We're in the second.
Oh.
The second quarter, he's got 3. I think he has 2 blocks and 1 steal. So,
good. And it was at 4.5.
We keep that up.
What was the odds at 4.5?
Yeah, but I got it at plus 114.
Oh, see, I was about to say.
But he's been over he's been over 5 all the time. So yeah, but for that one specifically, guys, look at it the night prior, because then everybody the secret's out now on Wemby and the block steals. So it starts getting hammered. It wasn't going to go – if it's plus 114, it wasn't going there. But when it was at 3.5, you guys remember, the game day, it's up to 170, minus 170. You're getting no value. So jump on it the night before.
Well, great example. I had I had Amir Coffee last night. I got him on FanDuel at plus 105. By game time, he was minus 125 for the points and rebounds. That's a gigantic swing. So, I mean, that's why we start the show early in the morning, try to hammer them as soon as we can and get those odds, because especially when that public money comes in and overs everything, it's just going to milk the odds down. So, like he said, always look the night before or even the very first thing in the morning.
Absolutely. Dak, E, and Sach are saying, and these guys are great at getting those early lines out, ladies and gents, for all the live viewers and listeners. You want to get your best odds going into it. You could be a little point differential, odd differential, and you want to get the best mark you can get for these plays before game time. It's always worse to wait until an hour, maybe 2 hours before game time, because by that time, Vegas has already seen what the lines are doing, where the public is going, and they're going to start shifting things around. That's why we do all the research for you guys the night before, get them into you guys early. Like he said with his Wemby, he's on this Wemby play for a good minute, and he's been riding it, but it has been awesome. It's the play you guys want to see. But you want to find those little hidden diamonds in the rough, the little gems, and E has been out absolutely on it. E's been killing it. Sacha's been killing it. 3-0 now into the nightcap for the chance to go 5-0, ladies and gents. The BCS After Hour Show. Give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at The Champ Show, as well as X at Bet Champ Show. Guys, again, free plays for you guys every day. Me and the fellas are doing the research for you. Absolute team. We all got different eyes on different supply sports you guys like. Tune into that, and we'll have trivia coming up at the end of the show. Of course, shout out to our guy Whit. He is missing tonight, guys. Not sure what is going on with that, but we'll try to get you guys an update.
I think he's celebrating with the Dodgers after that 14-1 win.
Yeah, he's probably, I don't know what he's doing. Might have had a little too many, couple hooks in him or whatnot. But we'll be sure to get him on that.
Dodger dog.
He's eating some Dodger dogs. But, guys, tune in to the Saturday show. That'll come up this Saturday, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is when the fellas get together, the BCS Parlay of the Weekend, guys. We're going to get all of our top picks combined and put them into the show, as well as if you'd like to be on the show for that parlay, send us a comment, send us a DM, and we will gladly have you on and see what your top pick is for that parlay of the week, guys. Cool stuff. Wrapping up right now. I say we rock into some trivia real quick while these games are on their way. You guys ready for that?
Let's do it.
Who's ever ready? One of you guys. We got it.
Oh, one of you guys go ahead. I'm stuck between two of them right now.
All right.
Don't
All right. This one's heading your way. ZJ is probably gonna knock it out the park. But who has the most 3-pointers this season for the Denver Nuggets?
Michael Porter Jr.
Yes. Do you know how many?
I'm not sure, but he's on track. It's kind of crazy, and we've had, I don't know if we've really had this talk on camera before. You know, obviously MPJ, max contract player, got that max contract deal. He's a little inconsistent in time, right? So a lot of people from the outside looking in are like, you know, I don't know if this guy's that elite yet or whatnot. But what some people don't know, and so what E just brought up, this guy's on track to break the Denver Nuggets all-time 3-point shooting record, which is honestly insane. I mean, a couple months ago, I wasn't even really tracking that because he has been really inconsistent for these guys. But he's a good addition to the great role player, a nice guy to have out on that outside of the wing. Even when he's not hitting, he's a great rebounder. So yeah, MPJ, shout.
The funny thing is,
go ahead. I was gonna say going into tonight, so not tonight. He had, let me get it back here, 146 3-pointers.
Oh, dang.
That's wild. I didn't see it, E, but did you see how many he had tonight?
No. If he had it, and I mean, I like the kid because you remember he came in the league, hurt his back. He was dealing with injuries those first couple of years, so it's just good to see him.
Right.
See him out there.
He's had a lot of injuries going on with his back and
whatnot. The Clippers team doctor said that he might never play basketball again, and that's what turned a lot of teams off. That was nuts. But I was gonna say, E, like, you want to talk about two people on the end of this, like, completely different ends of the freaking spectrum, was how the Nuggets fans love Jokic. So many of these Nuggets fans, they can't stand Michael Porter Jr. It's wild. They want him gone. They were wanting him gone like 2 months into the season, and ZJ was part of that too. ZJ won.
I wasn't part of it, but I wasn't necessarily part of it, but I was looking to see if they were shopping around during the trade deadline to see what they could get. But he's a huge part of the team. I respect MPJ. I would love for him. I do. I would love for him to like accept his role, understand that we do need him because he has been, and I'm going to tell it how it is. He has been inconsistent in a lot of these games. He was on kind of nowhere to be found in last year's playoff run. You know, he kind of came alive in that last final game and everything. So he's a guy we could really use, you know, on this team. He's a great 3-point shooter when he's got the stroke going and everything. Just need him to really find his confidence, especially now going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I was just trying to give you trivia. I didn't want you bashing the guy. You know, he's doing well. I didn't know you were on to get rid of MPG Buzz, but it's okay, Jones, man. Now you love the guy.
What you got?
Probably
Sasha?
disrespect the Joker, wasn't it trivia?
That was a good question. A lot of people wouldn't know that.
Yeah, you knew it right off the bat. Good job.
That was a T-ball lob. I could have got that.
T-ball lob.
Don't.
All right, I'll go.
I think you lob a T-ball on the tee, but
This
That's
one
how
might.
easy it was.
This E
yeah.
might hit this one right away. Sach, I feel like you could muster this one. Might take some teamwork here though, guys. So in 19
if you get it right away, don't say anything. Let me kind of think.
I won't.
And vice
Yeah.
versa.
Well, he's going 19 something. I don't know why he thinks I'm old, but go ahead.
No, we're just going back to the
1950.
NBA.
That might be right up your alley.
NBA trivia to shout back out. The NBA starting off again. In 1995, guys, the 6th seed was the lowest seeded team in NBA history to win a championship.
Say that again. Sorry.
In 1995, this 6th seeded team was the lowest seeded team in NBA history to win a championship. You guys can work together. Take your time.
Yeah, they got to be right up your alley, man. I was born in '97, so I
He said, yeah, that got to be up your alley.
We're on mute.
You're on mute, E. You're on mute.
Yeah. 95. 6 seed. And I don't know why I keep they didn't. What I'm stuck on is the Nuggets being the, what were they, the 8 seed that beat the 1 with the Kembe and all that, but that wasn't the final. That wasn't the.
So think kind of, you got, for a little hint for you guys, you can kind of think, obviously, like when was the Bulls run, right? That, and then kind of go, that's where I would go from.
Is it the Houston Rockets?
There you go, E. There you
Damn.
go. On the money.
Okay.
The Houston Rockets, Eric McCullough. That's why he's here. That's why he's the big guy.
Was that with Kenny?
Gun.
Was that with Kenny the Jet and Hakeem?
Yeah. And
Damn.
Hakeem. You know who
Kenny,
they
hey,
beat?
people forget Kenny's got one.
Yeah, Kenny. Oh, we know. Chuck knows. Kenny. Everyone
Yeah.
knows Kenny got one. That's
They
funny.
beat the Knicks. Was that the Hakeem?
Yeah,
Horrible.
They beat the
boys.
Knicks that year.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure that
so.
was the Knicks. It
Yeah.
was with Hakeem, Kenny, and all them.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Because it was during the break of Jordan's 2-year absence.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That was kind of it was the break right after the first 3
Yeah.
Well, here's a good
Right.
one.
Well,
I'm
Go
gonna give 2 if you guys are ready. I'm gonna give 1.
Oh yeah,
Who was the last Portland Trailblazer to win Rookie of the Year?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Did he win Rookie of the Year? That's actually a good question.
It's your question. When
I know, but some of these questions that I find, they're like old, outdated.
But
LaMarcus
it wasn't
Aldridge would be a good one.
I don't think it was LaMarcus. Injury riddled player. Career cut short.
Oh, Greg Oden.
Odin? Yeah, from the Ohio State. Greg
No,
Oden?
not
No.
Greg.
Oh,
All right.
what's his name? Hang on. Is it Rudy Gay?
No.
Telfor, the kid from Duke and originally from Alaska, played at Duke. Telfor or
Sebastian.
something like that. Yeah.
Sebastian Telfair, no.
Dang,
This guy's hitting us with Trailblazer trivia. I like it.
yeah, the trail.
Any fans out there tune in. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. The last one was actually Damian Lillard.
Makes sense.
The way you said it though,
That's-
we weren't gonna say Damian
That's-
Lillard.
That sucks. Yeah, that when you get those and you're like, what? Yeah, that sucks. That's right in your face, Dame
Who-
Lillard.
But
was
he
like,
he
Clyde
the way he
Drexler.
said it the way he said it though that couldn't have been.
Yeah,
an
no, I
answer.
did say injury riddled. It was Brandon Roy, but this one,
Oh my gosh. So, okay, so when I said Rudy Gay, that's who I was thinking of.
I knew you were thinking it because yeah, but
Brandon
it was
Roy.
Damian Lillard. But I was thinking of
If
Brandon
you would
Roy.
have gave me like 30 seconds more, I was gonna say Roy.
Okay, hold up. Then
All right, what's
I want
the
to
next
go one
one?
more. I want to go. This is a good one, and it's the same rookie
That
of the
was
year.
a good one.
In 2016, 2017, which Milwaukee Buck player won Rookie of the Year? 2016, 2017. So this was when we were in college, Zeege. Which Milwaukee Buck won Rookie of the Year?
Was it Drew Holiday?
Why is he laughing at you like that, man?
No. Drew Holiday was not drafted by the fucking Bucks.
That's disrespectful.
He was on
man. He's giving you.
That was respectful. Drew Holiday was on the Pelicans.
But I don't even think he was drafted by the Pelicans. I think he was on a team like before that. But he was on the Pelicans for like 3 years or something.
2016, 2017 Milwaukee Bucks.
So this
I'm
is
trying
like
to think
7 years ago. This is like
Yeah,
still
I'm
fresh.
trying to even think of that. I don't even know that team. Rookie of the year for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yep.
Who won in 2017?
Is that Ray Allen?
Huh?
Ray Allen was
No.
he with the Bucks? Who's the shooter?
No, this was in 2016, 2017.
This a little after.
Fucking-
He was with the Bucks though. He was
yeah,
with the Bucks.
he was.
That's true. That's like
He was-
7 years ago.
Oh,
Was
25
he there or
years.
was he not?
He was
No,
with the
he
Bucks.
was. That
He
was
was
about
there.
30 years ago, though.
Who won? So 2016, 2017, Sach, that's like around the Cavs Warriors kind of duo thing, right?
Yep.
Oh, see, dude, I don't like Milwaukee wasn't even relevant then.
Well, I'll give you who won it after him. The person who won it after him was Ben Simmons. And the person who won it before him was Karl Anthony Towns.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
Cat won it before him, and then Ben Simmons won it right after him.
If you guys know it in the chat, drop it down there. We're taking
2016,
we're taking
27. I'll give you a hint. He went to Virginia. He went to Virginia.
Is he still in the league right now?
He's very well still in the league. Still a very good free agent. He's a guard. Not a free agent. He's on a team, but he's a highly
He's
touted.
in the league, but he's a free agent.
I was like free agent.
No, he's still a highly touted free agent, like
Touted
out
free
through
agent.
this year and a trade deadline guy. So he was like talked about a little bit. He's a guard, Virginia. Just let me know when you guys give up. This is a tough one because it's a very sneaky rookie of the year. Very sneaky one.
Was so I'm thinking was Mike Conley on the Bucks back then?
Mike Conley, what the fuck?
You gotta
What
give me, dude. I don't even
I'm
remember.
giving you, bro. I give you his college, and he's still in the league. He plays on the Portland Trailblazers, right? He currently
was
plays
over
on the
there. Look
Trailblazers.
at he. Look at he.
That's a big hint. He currently plays on the Trailblazers. Went to Virginia.
No, Grant
Bro.
was with Detroit, right? So Grant was
Who?
out with Detroit. With the Trailblazers. Yeah.
He's currently with the Trailblazers. Guard that went to Virginia.
See, that's why Sach knows this is a sneaky one because I have no idea.
He played on the Celtics last year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Brogdon.
There you go. Hey.
Brogdon. See, I would have never got that though. I would have.
That was a
never
good
got
one. That was a stumper.
When I heard
I
that
would've-
question, probably like a month ago, and it fucking stumped me for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I was
bro,
like,
that was-
bro, I can't think of it. I'm like, who the hell is this? But no,
Even
Malcolm
you
Brogdon
saying-
was rookie of the year, bro. Always remember
Even
that.
you
Malcolm
saying he
Brogdon
was on the
rookie of the year.
Trailblazers, bro. It's like it's so tough, dude. No one. 2017, 2016, like who were the Milwaukee Bucks then? And now it's like who are the Trailblazers right now?
Yeah,
That was tough.
that was a good one though. I felt like that was a good one.
That was a home run.
You got any? Soch years were good. Those were good.
Yeah,
That's what we need. We need some of those where you got to think.
I wanted to
I'll
get
bring
one
one
that's
back a
currently
little more
like
sauce next week.
within the last
Yeah.
8 years, you know.
Cool stuff. Wrapping
know,
up trip.
I get my decades mixed up. Ray Allen, Ray Allen's
Some of those
right
answers,
there.
answers I heard were like, wow. Some of those answers were
Bro.
fucking wild. ZJ said Drew Holiday, Mike Conley. He said Ray Allen. I said,
You're saying like free agent guard. It's like some dude that's like well known. Like even Brogdon's not that
No, I
well
don't
known.
you said Drew Holiday before I said the free agent part.
I know, but you said like stud guard. No, that was tough.
Rudy
That was
Gay.
tough.
Come on.
That was the other one.
I was thinking Brandon Roy though. I was, and I know I can't say that I didn't answer it correct, but I was thinking Brandon Roy.
We
Yeah,
got
it was
Anyway,
good.
guys,
we got an update before you go on. Trey Mann, 13 points. Tracks.
there you go.
4-0 to start the day.
4-0.
And Sach
heard
is
it
on,
here.
Guys, you guys are
on an
outstanding.
8-0 run. I haven't lost in years. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
guys
Hey,
heard
guys,
it here
this morning's
first.
show has been hitting it. They've been hitting it, guys. These are free picks we're sending you. All we ask for is a follow and a like. But, man, 4-0 tonight. So we got one more out there?
We got Clay.
We got
Mr. Clay.
Mr. Disrespect himself. We got Clay going.
We got
Guys,
the
4-0 so far on the day with a chance to go 5-0. Ladies and gents, like Eric said, we give out these plays each and every day to you guys. Follow us on all the socials at The Bet Champ Show, guys. We're giving out all these plays on social media. Tune into the morning show for the early odds of NBA player props. Myself and Sach, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Guys, this is the BCS After Hour show you are tuned into right now. This is every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Normally we have the Whitster in here, but again, guys, he is out for the night. Don't know what to say. This is his third sick day. HR is starting to give me a call. So we're going to figure that out a little later. But, guys, we're off and rolling. Tune into us for the Saturday show, It's 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is the parlay of the weekend, guys. And if you would like to be on the show, just give us a comment, send us a DM. We will add you guys to that Saturday parlay show. You guys can drop one of your favorite plays of the week, and we will combine it together as a show, guys. Well, we are off and rolling. Some good stuff going today. Again, 4-0 so far on the night with the chance to go 5-0. And again, Ease plays off and rolling. He's got Wemby tonight with the blocks and steals. That's what he's wrong with, and I know that one's going to turn out good as well. But that pretty much wraps up tonight's show, guys. A lot of good things going tonight. Good stories around the league. NBA is officially back, guys. We are so close, nearing into the playoffs, and we're going to get you all the content you guys want, all the plays you got. If there's any other sports you want us to dive into, just give us a comment, give us a DM. We will get plays out to you guys. That is what we do. Anything from the fellas?
Oh, it's good. It was good to be back. Good to have some NBA action. A good little coming out party for us the first day back. Now we get last week's parlay on Saturday, I had a dip into UFC, which, I still like the play that I gave out, but NBA is where I like to stay. I like to stay with the player props. I've hit 8 in a row. ZJ has been hot too. So, we're feeling good as a collective unit, and we're just going to keep it going. Finish off this NBA season strong. After tonight, I'm going to calibrate our record, ZJ, to kind of let the people know out there. But, yeah, we're on a 13-3 run right now, and we could be 13-4 or 14-3 with Clay in his hands.
Nothing better than a streak, guys. And you guys are on one. We're all on one. I'll keep hitting you on the socials, but that morning show has been fire, guys. So jump on it while this is hot. And these are all free. That's what's incredible. You can go back. They're on YouTube. Look at the pics, but nobody's here to sell you anything. This is dead honest truth. Just give us a follow. Give us a follow. That's all we ask. A like, and tell us to a friend. But I'm glad the NBA is back. I always enjoy Thursday nights with you guys. I see him just I laugh and good time. So, yeah, good job tonight, guys. And good job on the Joker too. I don't want to leave without giving him his every team now. He's had a triple double again.
There we go.
Do not let us get off the air without giving him his flowers.
He flew over his triple double. He has like 21. What does he have? He has 21, 19, and 15 right now. So it was a smoking.
A little plus money play for you guys. And where can you find that, Sach man? In only one place. The BCS Morning Show.
Champ Show, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everything.
There we go, guys. That'll do it for tonight's show. Always fun to have the fellas on. This is what we love to do. We love all things sports, and we love giving you guys sport plays. That'll wrap it tonight. Shout out to all the guys in the chat. Shout out to all the viewers and listeners. Thank you guys so much. We are starting to grow more and more each and every day on social media, and we are absolutely loving it. We love giving out these plays to you guys. And, of course, shout out to the crew, Sach, Big E. These guys are the best in the business, guys. They will do all the hard work for you. They know their stats. They know what they're looking at. But that'll wrap it up for tonight's show, guys. Peace out, and we'll see you Saturday.
Boom.
Peace out, gents. You have a good night, boys.